bang that pan against the oven rack. So it's cookie day, and whenever I make cookies, I struggle. I make flat, like spread out cookies. It's not intentional, it's something that I'm doing, and I'm working on it, but it's annoying. And if I could find a cookie that embraced this quality, I'd have nothing to worry about. So I think I found it. It is a pan banging cookie, and it's internet famous and New York Times, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what I want to make today. Flat ass pan banging cookies. Not flat ass, I just added that, but pan banging. So this is gonna be a bit of a loud recipe today. It's a kind of a play on a classic chocolate chip cookie. Did I mention chocolate chips? But there's gonna be a twist, and that was by Sarah Kiefer, who's come up with this little trick where you, no spoilers. We'll see it when I get there. So let me get the ingredients. This is a shit ton of butter, 227 grams, 2 sticks of butter. That butter's gotta be room temperature. Cup and a half, 297 grams of granulated sugar, quarter cup, 50 grams of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of water, 1 egg, teaspoon and a half of vanilla, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon salt. The recipe says use chocolate bars, not chocolate chips. So this is 200 grams of chocolate that's gonna be chopped. You know what time it is. It's time for the silver fox. The great thing about cookies is that everything just goes into one giant bowl. Firstly goes the butter. Sometimes with the paddle attachment. Mix this butter until it's creamy. Jesus. It's already creamy, so this is probably gonna take a matter of seconds. The sugar, both of them. Mix the sugars into the butter until it's light and fluffy. Next up, I'm gonna add the water, an egg, teaspoon and a half vanilla on low until it's combined. So scrape down the sides of the bowl like so. Add the flour and the salt and the baking soda. And you're just gonna mix that until it's just combined. That's it. Add those chocolate chunks, 2 shakes of lamb's tail, and then I'm gonna be done. So like, just like that. No more, no less. That was like 20 seconds. I can't really describe what I'm looking at right now. This looks nothing short of heavenly. You go back to the corner. With some sort of scoop, I'm gonna scoop up the dough, and I hope you have a scale just to know the size of these cookie dough balls. So you're going for roughly 100 grams in cookie dough ball form. So like that. Nope. Roll them into balls, and I'm using my hands. Of course, if you have an ice cream scoop or cookie dough, whatever, use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that made roughly 11 cookies. But these need to go into the freezer to firm up because they are super soft and sticky, and they're not ready for prime time yet. You can see how soft they are. In the freezer for 15 minutes. That's not gonna fit. Small freezer. Whatever. So preheat the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176.667 degrees Celsius, and make sure you preheat your kitchen to the exact same temperature, because I am roasting. Baking tray, yes. And you're gonna line it with tin foil rather than parchment paper. The dull side is facing up. Okay, let's get the cookie dough. Firmed up nicely in that 15 minutes. I'm going to place only 4 on the baking tray. Need to give enough room in between each one of these because they're gonna spread like wildfire, and you don't want them spreading on top of each other, right? That's a faux pas. Think of a pattern and just stick with it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with 3. Now 10 minutes just for this first part, and then we'll go from there. So after 10 minutes, yep, we gotta perform our little cookie trick. I'm gonna lift the pan up like this high, and I'm just gonna bang it. Put it back. After the big bang, you gotta wait 2 minutes because there's gonna be a couple aftershocks. 2 minutes later. Now I'm gonna bang those freaking cookies every 2 minutes until they've been in the oven for like 17, 18 minutes. Ready for the next one. Bangarang. While that cookie's turning into like a proper cookie, it's rising, it's getting some height on it. You give it a little slap, bang that pan against the oven rack. It's gonna bring it back down to size, it's gonna flatten it out, and it's gonna create these little ridges around the cookie. That's the good stuff. That's what you're going for. Two pan bangs every 2 minutes. Okay, they're out of the oven, cooling, and I'm still banging. Getting a bit carried away with it, but I just can't help myself. As big as my head. Now these cookies have made a lot of noise, no pun intended, on the internet, and well, do they live up to the hype, really? And I'm gonna say that they do. They taste like a very well-made chocolate chip cookie with a twist. And the twist is that you get the pan, bang the shit out of them in the oven. And it's a lot of fun, and it makes a racket, so just close the windows and be respectful for the neighbors. And if you've been making chocolate chip cookies all your life and you're looking to throw a little life into your recipe, flare it up, jazzercise, then this is the chocolate chip cookie for you. Pan bang away, bang-a-rang. Big shout out to my supporters on Patreon. They're helping out in a big way, and there's a link in the description that will take you there if you want to sign up yourself. And I got these t-shirts now, which there's a link also down. All the links are in the description. If you want a t-shirt, there's different colors of this. I'll do a bigger thing on this in a future episode. They're available now, and they're a well-made shirt. So I got Instagram. Do you have Instagram? I'd love to see you on Instagram. Links in the description for everything. I'll see you soon. Bye.